Now, dashing the hopes of nearly about 25 million Shanghai residents, the authorities have decided to keep its tough COVID-19 restrictions in place for the time being. And this is being done because of the number of COVID-19 infections that are being detected outside of the quarantine zones in the city. This assessment comes after health officials had earlier in the week fueled hopes that there would be some form of return to normal after trends indicated that Shanghai had effectively curbed transmissions. The central district of Jing'an, that is home to nearly about 1 million people today, said that it would no longer allow any residents out of their housing complex because it did not want to risk large gatherings. Meanwhile, Shanghai has reported nearly about 15,861 new cases of asymptomatic patients on Wednesday. There were as many as about 441 new cases outside the quarantine areas, up from 390 a day earlier. The city also reported nearly about 8 more deaths, taking the total death toll of the current outbreak to 25. Now, all the deaths have been recorded in the last 4 days. Meanwhile, the Chongming district, an outlying island area, the authorities said that most curbs will remain despite reporting 0 COVID cases outside the quarantine areas. Supermarkets will remain shut to shoppers. Vehicles will not be allowed on roads without approval, and only one person from each household will be allowed to leave home each day. Now, Shanghai has ordered all residents to stay at home at the start of April after COVID cases began to surge. But weeks on, anger and frustration against China's strict zero COVID policy is at its peak. Residents have faced income losses, difficulty in getting food, family separations and poor conditions in quarantine areas. And the officials have said that they would look into the complaints that have been made by the residents over the quality and the expiry dates of products such as duck meat and cooking oil that have been provided in government ration packets. While businesses are beginning to reopen, they have to operate under a closed-loop management. This means that living on site, daily testing and rigorous disinfection. The US electric car maker Tesla is amongst the 666 companies who have been allowed to resume their operations, although industry bodies have cautioned that factories face logistical nightmares and are resuming full production. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.